I'm a disruptive strategist. That's what I do for a living, is I look for ways to defamiliarize the ordinary. I'm a catalyst. I'm a provocateur. I'm trying to create conversations, expand people's mind, re-reminding people of the creative genius that we all were born with.
Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. Appreciate that.
Well, Mark, it's an honor to be here.
So I introduce you as an author, a speaker. You also are an artist, an entrepreneur. How do you label the work that you do?
I'm a catalyst. I'm trying to create conversations, expand people's mind, get them to stop for a second, break out of their kind of robotic life, create an aha moment and get them thinking about something different. We have this incredible childlike curiosity and passion for life that kind of gets trained and learned and disciplined out of us, both by our very well-meaning parents as well as our educational structure, our school system, our teachers. There needs to be a system by which we learn to read and write and do arithmetic, yet not at the expense of everything that we were designed to be creatively. It's not either or, not either creative artistry, whimsical passion, emotion, or analytical, very calculated, conservative, business-like thinking. It's yes and. How do you kind of fuse them together?
Can you give examples of that? Because I know that's definitely where the conversation gets kind of almost dangerous. It's like, we have to have the structure. We can't have that spontaneity or the logic as opposed to intuition. How do you maybe use an example or talk freely about that balance, and how do you find it?
Sure. First of all, I love the fact that it's dangerous, that now we've entered a dangerous part of the conversation. The people who have excelled in academia, very cerebral, done the hard work, memorizing the periodic table, and does nouns and predicates and calculus. There's a place for that. There's a place for structure and how our mind develops and how we create ideas. And even as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, as someone who needs to knock out the rent, we've got to have that structure. But what happens is we've augured down too far into that structure. And it's created a lot of robotic, like-minded thinkers who all were educated the same way and who all think the same way. So it's actually really quite easy to come up with new ideas or game-changing opportunities because virtually everyone thinks the exact same way. I've experienced tremendous failure at age 30. It was like that side of my mind, that creative side that when I was 4, 5, 6 years old, all of a sudden reopened for the first time in 25 years. It wasn't just that I was a painter that I'd unlocked, but I'd unlocked all these portions of my mind that was, now I see all these things and can think about all these things differently. So it's not that you're just a sculptor, just a painter, just a photographer, just a singer, a songwriter, dancer. It's yes, you're every one of these things, and how do you keep unlocking new elements of your mind? And so that was the kind of turning point in my life. But then also, as I went back and hung out with artists, they actually were relatively unhappy too, because they didn't have money. They didn't have structure or discipline, or the world didn't get them. They felt like misfits. That wasn't right. So that's not what I'm looking for, is what they have, because they're creative. They're creating these incredible new ideas, but yet they're just kind of staying private inside their studios or with their small group of peeps who enjoy listening or looking at their, but they don't have a massive audience. So how do you take this incredible creativity that these artists have and this amazing structure that we were disciplined through school and business to create and mash them together so that you can translate this art to scale and make money?
What about graffiti art specifically? Where did that come from?
So that was,
because that's so unique.
It is, because it was much later in the game. Graffiti is how we captured our stories on cave walls. It's how we kind of etched in who we were meant to be, and what we wanted to be on cave walls. That's where graffiti started. And so for me, it's reclaiming this idea of capturing our story, whether it be through cool street art, through messaging, the word graffiti, and I'm unapologetic in branding myself as a graffiti artist because I want Bank of America and ExxonMobil and Microsoft to have to say that their keynote speaker for this afternoon's lecture is a graffiti artist from Southern California. You know, a graffiti artist authored this best-selling business book because it stops people.
And it's all based off the conversation of creativity. Now, many people might say, I can't draw, I'm not creative. Can you talk a little bit more about what creativity incorporates in a business world or in your life?
Creativity is a soft word, so we all have kind of concepts and ideas for what creativity is. And when we start talking, creativity, we start thinking, clouds and rainbows and kind of this ethereal concept. I am or I'm not creative. I'm an artist and I come up with new ideas, and that's really fluid and easy for me, and I have long hair and earrings and tattoos, so I'm creative. Or I'm not creative. I am a banker. I wear a suit, a sport jacket, and this is the way I conduct my life. It's not that black and white. Creativity is accessible to everyone. Everyone's got it. It's a matter of to what degree you tap into it and use it. Einstein said that creativity is seeing what everyone else sees, logically with their eyes, but yet thinking the way no one's ever thought before.
What kind of things do you do to further what you do, all that you do, to further your work, to make sure you're progressing?
Constantly dreaming. Getting quadcopters instead of just single cameras shooting on me, to have multi-cameras coming from all different angles, quadcopters with GoPros shooting down, lipstick cameras inside my paintbrushes, instead of just one-dimensional keynote speaking from a stage.
And how do you know when to take that next step? Because you're here at this point, and if you do it tomorrow, it might be too soon. Is that an intuitive thing?
It's an intuitive thing. I fail more than anyone I know. I've taken that next step over and over and over again and not been caught, not created traction. That's okay. I will allow myself to fail 9 times because on the 10th time, I might win the jackpot reward. I might cash the lotto because I didn't let those first 9 trip me up. And so I keep taking risks, keep taking big steps, realizing they might not all be successful, but when they are successful, and they will be successful if you try enough, those are the game-changing ideas. Those are the ones that are the big money makers.
Thank you.
Awesome, thank you.